Carla channeling. I am Hatonn. I greet you, my friends, in the love and in the light of our infinite Creator. It is my privilege to speak with you. I am aware of your question. The fear of, as you say, being possessed is a somewhat overgeneralized fear. We may assure you that you have nothing to fear if you are under a certain amount of correct understanding as to the nature of what you know as possession. There are basically two types of so-called possession. The first type is extremely rare, but does occasionally occur and can be dealt with specifically. The second type is extremely common and can be dealt with quite specifically. The first type of possession is the so-called actual possession of one sentient being's physical vehicle by the consciousness of another individual. Whether the possessing individual be in the physical or removed from the physical is of no consequence. Possession is the same phenomena. The reason for the possession is simply opportunity and a possessing entity who desires to take such an opportunity. This type of possession is extremely rare for two reasons. First, there are not a great many possessing entities who are seeking an opportunity to enter a vehicle not their own. Also, the dissociation of consciousness that is required in order to provide a reasonable opportunity must be somewhat extreme and reliable. The difficulties connected with great changes such as becoming an adult in the physical sense may make an entity given to dissociation more vulnerable to such dissociation. It is only in cases of extreme dissociation that the opportunity for a possessing entity to come in is available. Once such a condition has been understood, it can be treated. It requires only that the condition be recognized and that appropriate measures be used in order to alert the consciousness of the entity who has been pushed aside by the possessing entity. The entity who has been pushed aside has a sovereign right to the physical vehicle from which he has been temporarily removed. Depending upon the type of culture and normal usage which the original entity has been accustomed to, the alerting mechanism or ritual designed to attract his attention will somewhat vary. Within some cultures, certain religious rituals are observed. Once the original entity whose physical vehicle it is has been alerted, the entity need only assert correct and rightful ownership of the physical vehicle, and it will be necessary for the possessing entity to depart. The second type of possession is much more common. It is as common as the first type is rare. This type of possession is the possession of the balanced individual consciousness by certain portions of that same consciousness. There are many phases of your desire with which you came to this incarnation. It is the great lesson of your ancient teachers that you must know yourself. It is your job, in whatever way you choose, to discover who you are, what you desire from this experience, and how you desire to prosecute these desires. When your desires are not recognized by yourself, when you have overlooked a portion of your total self and are therefore not attempting to learn those things which you came to learn, these portions of yourself, which are then frustrated, may become somehow loosened from their integrated place within your consciousness, and they may attempt to attract your attention in ways you do not understand. They may attract your attention by causing pain, This always attracts attention while the person is conscious of physical programs. And very often, when there are persons of the consciousness that have not been heard, they then become heard in this way. This is possession by self. You may be possessed as a result of negative or positive emotion. However, my friends, due to the type of experience which you seek to learn within this vibration, and due to the type of group illusion which the people of your planet labor under, for the most part, these are types of experiences of a negative appearance. They may be treated by understanding. The more that you can discover what lies behind pain, the more you may remove the pain. In truth, there is no such thing as any sort of difficulty such as you have spoken of. It is all, shall we say, in your mind. Therefore, it is necessary to investigate your mind. There you will find your possessing, and by understanding the message which is being brought to you by these subconscious means, you may redirect your thought unto a more positive and upward path. It is sometimes the work of inaudible. You have demonstrated patience already, and this is a prime qualification for study. For in this path of spiritual gain, my friends, it is important to go slowly enough so that you may assimilate, learn, demonstrate, and become one with each piece of new information. To go more quickly than your true understanding can take you is to become unbalanced and prey to a great deal of confusion. Meditate and seek to understand yourself, for within your mind is all that there is. At this time, I would like to attempt to transfer this contact to another instrument. I am Hatonn. Carla channeling. I am Hatonn. I am again with this instrument. My friends, we wished to communicate through the instrument known as Dawn, because we wished to use a word-for-word type of communication, which this instrument is somewhat reluctant to attempt. There is some difficulty with this instrument, and therefore we request that you wait, if you can, until a later time for this message. Is that satisfactory to you? Are there further questions which this instrument may attempt to answer? Questioner: what do you mean by dissociation? Hatonn: the instrument had this word within her vocabulary, and although it is not entirely correct, it seemed closer to the concept which we gave than any other. By that word, we intended to convey the concept of the certain unit of individualized consciousness that, for some reason, had such a mismatching within its own vibration that it temporarily was not able to function as a unified portion of consciousness. Questioner: you said to take your problems to meditation. Do you mean to sit and think on the problem all through the meditation, or do you ask and then clear your mind? Hatonn: neither. It is not necessary to ask for any information in meditation, nor is it necessary to concentrate on any problem. Meditation is not a specifier or a prescription technique. Meditation is the transfer of your consciousness from the phase of existence which lies within the perimeters of your physical illusion to the phase of consciousness which lies within the perimeters of the love and the light of the infinite Creator. It is a transfer from that person of your soul within a physical vehicle to that totality of soul, which is your individualized consciousness within the total consciousness of the Father. This contact gives one a general and non-analyzable understanding. When problems are seen in the light of this understanding, it is most often the case that they will evaporate naturally, and as dew evaporates. It is not that the dew is unreal. It is simply that it is one state within a perfectly reasonable and constructive cycle which gives life and nourishment to part of the natural creation. Your problems are part of the cycle of your physical existence. Given room to mature and evaporate, they will do so. They are not to be despised, nor are they to be given more importance than they deserve. Meditation simply gives one the awareness that this view of that which you call problems is so. There are methods for obtaining a more complete view of what you yourself think about any specific problem. However, these attempts at self-knowledge are intellectual and analytical and are not of as much use as simple meditation, in our opinion. Our path is what we truly believe to be a useful one. However, if the path of analysis of problems, specifically and individually, appears to hold more chance for advancement for you, we urge you to do that. We are aware that there are thousands and millions of paths to be followed, and that we encourage what seems to us to be the straightest. This does not negate the fact that at the end of each and every path lies the Creator. We do not have a great deal to say about any attempts at problem solving on a more material plane. It is not our way. We are aware that there are techniques that may be used, and these techniques have been described by many upon your planet. My friends, it is such a pleasure to speak with you and to serve you in a way that we can. We are so pleased to speak with you, and we are so pleased at all times to be in contact with you. We send you the love and the light of the Creator at all times. We will leave you at this time if there are no more questions. We leave you in the love and in the light of our infinite Creator. I am Hatonn. Adonai Vasu.